Welcome back to Furniture Reincarnation, where we're flipping around the Christmas tree.
This is the table I'm going to be working on today. It's, as you can tell, kind of a rustic design and what have you.
So let's get started. Next is sanding with a 180 to 220 grit. Hand sand, hard to reach places.
My next step, I'm going to be using some Bondo to fill in those cracks that are on the top of the end table and try to make it nice and smooth so that it'll be ready for the primer and the paint. And you have to work with this quite quickly because it hardens in like 2 to 3 minutes. So you only mix up small batches at a time, and we're going to try that and see what happens.
And normally it says in 77-degree temperature it takes probably 15 minutes to dry, but in cooler climates it may take 20 to 30 minutes to dry. And today it's 64 degrees here, so I'm going to let it dry for at least 30 minutes and check it. So everything's all dry, and so now I'll be using an 80 grit sandpaper on my sander to start with, and then I'll be feathering it out with a 180 grit. And I'm beginning to see new life come into this table as the reincarnation beams at the top left of the video are showing. And the sun is starting to set, so before it gets too dark, I want to go ahead and try to get 2 coats of the primer on here, which is the Boss. And this is what I'll be using, Boss by Dixie Belle. And still working on this first coat. Trying to get it done so it can dry. So hopefully I'll get the second coat on here tonight. So I've applied primer and let it dry. I've got 2 coats on now, and it's dried for over 24 hours. So now I'm ready to paint. And I'll be painting inside today, since outside weather right now is around 35 degrees or something like that. So don't want to paint if it's below 55 degrees. The 2 different colors I tried out were French Linen and Hurricane, both by Dixie Belle, and I do believe I like the French Linen better for the legs. And I'm going to do something else with the top part too. So I've got some paint mixed up. I had to add some water to it. Thin it out, it was pretty thick. And the paint's still pretty thick, so I've added a little bit of spray. And I love how this brush is so, I love how this brush gets into all those little crevices on the decoration part there. And I'm nearly finished with the first coat of paint, and have to let it dry a little bit before I can flip it over and paint the top. Here we go. And as always, I see some places that I probably missed, but that's okay, because when I do the second coat, I'll be getting those done. Make sure you get all those strips. Don't want those to dry, because then you're going to have to sand that out, and it's just going to make more work.
I put 2 coats of paint on and let that dry overnight.
And I'm just about ready to do my paint pour. I've got several different colors here. They're all Dixie Belle, Hurricane Gray, and Cotton, French Linen, which the legs are already that color. Adding black, which is Caviar by Dixie Belle.
The magic elixir Flotrol is supposed to make this go smoother.
Mixing equal parts of Flotrol with the paint, and then also a drop or two of this silicone oil. It's supposed to help everything flow better. So we're going to try it and see what happens. Stay with me.
I've mixed up the individual paints and Flotrol in separate containers.
Oops. This is kind of splotchy. I don't know.
Continue spraying water and moving paint around until you get your desired design.
For now, I'm going to stop and see what it looks like. And I'm very happy to say that we're getting very close to being finished with the end table. Have done the pour on it, the paint pour, and now I'm getting ready to sand it back a little bit with 320 grit sandpaper by hand, and then it'll be ready for the top coat. And you just want to do a very light scuff. Some places I felt were a little more raised than others, so I scuffed them a little bit harder. Anyway, so now I'm going to wipe it down. Today I'll be sealing the end table with Dixie Belle's top coat, and it's in a flat. I'll also be adding some of the French linen color to the top coat to keep it from having such a frosty tone to it as it goes on. And I'll be using Minwax polyacrylic for the top to give it a little more shine. Nice thin strokes. And for my last step, I'm going to be doing some black gilding wax, and I am doing this on top of the top coat. I was told it's probably better to do it that way. And so this needs to dry for like 4 hours, and then buff it out after 12 hours. Anyway, first time using it. So you can put it on with your finger. This is the table before. And here we have the after pictures. I love how the trim looks with the way the gilded wax did on it. And I hope you've enjoyed today's video. This is the last video in the series of flipping around the Christmas tree. I will be doing some more flips, however, so please join me for those. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, tell me what your thoughts are on doing paint pours. Do you like them? Have you done them before? Or would you like to see more of them? Also, this video had my first for several things. First time for me to use Bondo, the first time for me to do a paint pour, and the first time to use the black wax. So let me know in your comments what you think. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time on Furniture Reincarnation with Betsy. See you then.